I pushed the button. Go, hi! This is a scene for Septa Howling Wind. It's a World the Apocalypse joint. You know it, you love it. Here we go. So, Veronica is talking with Emil. She approached him. He's there. He's doing his alpha thing.
And she's going to make sure there's not too many people around while he's doing his alpha thing.
There is Nay around. He was alone.
All right. I'm glad I'm able to meet up with you.
I'll smile.
So there's a few serious informations that I found out about this other Karen.
Oh.
So.
Oh, hi guys. Hello. Darcy's a warden now. Hello, Raya.
Look at Emil if he's okay with them being around, because she.
Yeah. Darcy's like, hi.
He was actually actively sipping coffee from a tumbler, and he spits it because he gets surprised.
It's like we just wanted to have Darcy to present himself again to the Raya here, Alpha of the Sept, as he is a new tribe now, right, Darcy?
Yeah, well, like they haven't really formed yet, but hey, I'm not that. He smiles.
Can you please a little more clear? It'll just look like he's having trouble following you.
My apologies, Raya, and I apologize, Veronica, to cut you off. The Darcy Swadra. Let me introduce my friend, the Shields the Kinfolk Darcy Swadra, Wardens of the Lost, Hamid Philax Foster.
So fucking Emil will just gently grab your shoulders and say, Mantu.
What?
Oh, Mantu. So fucking relieved.
He gives him a big smile.
And Frenchie saying, like, oh God. Like, thank God.
Should we leave, Rise?
She gives Emil a look like he's leaving it to his discretion, but she's okay with these two being present.
Drugs? Like, whatever.
So a few serious things I found out with Golden Claw.
Okay.
One of them is, aside from the carrot itself is pretty large, it has Black Fury, Bonar, and Fianna. Golden Claw, one of the reasons that I'm getting why she's involved with this is to hide her secret. Found out except for her family and her cousin, her family all danced the Black Spiral.
His look is priceless.
So Darcy does this thing where he looks off to the side.
He'll just look at Darcy like, why would anyone do that?
Okay.
He'll just look back at Veronica.
This is pre Wardens of the Last Era of Spirals, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Darcy puts his hands together, and he looks over at Emil and he says, okay, I have information too.
How many generations was it, Johnny, with spirals? The Fat family?
3.
Yeah.
That's 3. It runs deep.
Please keep this in mind that he's scared and terrified. And this only stays between us, please. He looks over at Emil like with pleading eyes.
He'll hold his pinky out.
He'll take it.
He'll kiss his thumb.
Okay. And he does the same. Okay. My brother, Justin, he's Golden Claw's son. And she wants to kill him.
So this isn't just a move of traditionalism, it is also personal grudges.
He nods.
He hands his coffee to Veronica. He just hands his coffee to Veronica. And walks away a few paces.
Adelaide looks at Veronica and says, "You didn't sound like you were done."
Well, Johnny was still
having-
writing information, so it's
He's having a very Fenrir reaction to this information.
Johnny. What was the other information? Because you gave me a lot throughout the week. Like,
Yeah, I did. It's so much it would be kind of hard to drop all right now. And if you want to just say you blot to fucking Emil, that's fine. But it's a lot of information.
yeah,
But
Everyone thinks you were enjoying your honeymoon for a week. Yeah, true. Okay, that's what you were doing.
but because of this information that we found,
He holds his hand up.
I texted
Okay.
you something.
Yeah, like he holds his hand up.
Give him a few minutes.
And he comes back over with his hands folded in front of him and takes his coffee back. Takes a long sip and he just looks at Darcy like, go on.
well, because we found this information, and because it was such a big secret, we told this to Grandfather Thunder, who offered to help us.
She perks up to hearing that and smiles.
His brows go up. Like,
He told us
like a
that
spirit? Or
Grandfather Thunder himself.
so Veronica gets a coffee shower because
Oh my
Emil
God.
just spat it in a fine spray upon hearing that the Incarna of fucking the tribe apparently will lend a hand. And he'll just, in French, he asks Darcy what the fuck happened that caused them to, and he doesn't understand and needs it explained.
So, okay. What happened was we were going on our totem quest for Lion, and well, he told us to go stop the national forest fire that was happening, and there were poachers. Well, we decided that the best option for that.
Faster!
Okay, the best option for that was to do it as big as bold as possible, and by doing it as big as bold as possible, we decided, oh, go big or go home. So we summoned the Incarna of Grandfather Thunder, and okay, and because we summoned the Incarna of Grandfather Thunder, so we didn't die, we all told extremely hidden secrets about ourselves to him, and he like listened to all of them, and then the final one was Justin's.
Okay. He just looks at Veronica. Go on. Anything else? Go bad his eyelashes at Veronica.
So far at the moment, that is all.
So we have Justin, who is the son of Goldenclaw, who she wants to kill because the family runs deep in Black Spiral. It means Goldenclaw probably hates Black Spirals, or there's more.
She wants to hide the knowledge that her family is all Black Spiral dancers.
And I imagine
This-
Justin knows.
This being personal can show her hypocritical, as those shuttle lords we had here, or have here, are saying that they were not happy with the changes, so they supported. So this can be useful to us. So is there any other information going on right now?
I also figure if we leak this information to certain people, not from our set, but make it look like someone else found this out, it could get Golden Claw to lose supporters.
Exactly.
Emil will tug her hair basically, and he'll say, "Tell Jesse."
I can
Jesse
tell.
has a big mouth and tells everything, and tell Gavin.
Do you know anyone of the Camp Loki Smile outside in New England? I know they don't
Ro-
talk much.
I do,
Adelaide
but
kind of looks at Veronica and like he's like, how the fuck she knows Loki's smile?
it was mentioned in front of her.
And he's like, then he looks at like Emil, how the fuck she knows? Like, and he says like, how the fuck she knows Loki's smile?
Same way I'm finding out that Golden Claws are family's black spirals.
And he's like, he's just like curious.
He says it was mentioned in front of her when a conversation with Jesse was happening.
No more tribal secrets, I guess.
I'll do something fair for you, Adelheid. This is very generous. So, the Shadow Lord staying with you is from a camp called Children of Crow. They are not only betas, but they generally support those that show promise.
He nods.
Emil bats his
see.
eyelashes at her, like, "Oh,
Oh, see,
thank
he
you."
actually already knew that.
But thank you.
But
Yeah.
he just nods. Okay, that's good information.
It's like, thank
Emil
you.
just pulls his pocket square out and starts dabbing where he spit coffee on Veronica.
So, Alpha,
Yes.
I want to say something. This is more of me being honest with you more than a request.
Okay.
And I don't know how my friends feels about this, but we will actually probably learn how they feel right now. When this first Black Spiral thing happened, Darcy was there, Veronica was there, and I said, over my dead body. A lot of people were not happy about this, but they didn't say shit. Because we felt like we have to accept this fact, and we were ordered to be allowed Black Spirals in this place. In a cairn. Now I'm dealing with a inner war that I wanted to avoid. When this war is over, when we stop this one way or another, you will hear me accusing some individuals.
I'll nod.
Darcy nods too.
There are people who failed in their station, who didn't listen, and who acts like the tyrants they claim to shoo away from a nation. And he looks at Veronica and Darcy like if they're supporting him in this matter.
Darcy's giving him all the support.
Veronica supports him.
But of course, I will listen when you go to raise your voice.
Thank you. This is something that is growing in many individuals. There were mentions of not being happy with what happened. There are mentions of individuals who hates us in outside world by other young members of the Sept. Not a lot of individuals are happy, but as I have said, this is for future, and we have a war to handle. Now, we believe there may be spies in the Sept, and we want to find those people.
I'll nod.
Do we have your permission to fuck around a bit?
By all means. Fuck off. I'll grin at him.
This is why out of game I love him as a Get Offenders, Emil.
Alhai looks at Veronica, looks at the Darcy. So it's our time to fuck off, guys.
Let's fuck off.
Yeah, let's fuck off.
Tip his head at him.
He nods at Emil.
He'll go back to duty.
Darcy just grins at him.
Grin at him. And he'll give Veronica a little wink.
Adelheid, after like Emil has left, he will look at Veronica and say, "You know as well as I do, and as well as Darcy does, if we were having a war with these people, we would just send spies to learn more about each other and what the fuck is going on."
Makes sense.
This guy was John Lee, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Out of game, this is why I said I was just on a honeymoon and not on Sept. Because of that.
Yeah, I was honeymooning, sure.
I don't think people have realized Zhongli hasn't been talking on Sept or anything. Oh, what?
Adelheid knows what John Lee Adelheid has suspicions of what John Lee is doing. He doesn't know what John Lee is doing, but he's like the war happened. Where's John Lee? Nobody knows. I guess okay. He's starting he's assassinating people right now.
I'm okay with this.
Yeah, he's like, I'm okay with that. Yeah.
I need to remember something, by the way. I need to remember something with the gift Pulse of the Prey, which I know is what you're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Does you put it here, didn't you? No. Does the gift exactly pinpoint the person, or does it give when you get closer to them, like the general area they're in?
So, see, you track you hear their pulse, and the more you go to them, you hear them. So it doesn't it basically it's like there's a track and you hear the track. You understand what I mean?
Okay. So if they were in a group of people, you wouldn't know that it was exactly that person just
let me check it.
What breed or aspect is it?
It's a Ragabash gift, but I'm about to
I got it open right here.
Same.
So if the werewolf knows anything about her prey, even a nickname, initials, or crude description, she could track it as fast as she could travel. This unerring sense of direction works anywhere. It is useful for tracking spirits through deep Umbra as Pentex executives through Baltimore. System. No roll is required unless the target is actively hiding, in which case the player rolls perception and enigmas against a difficulty of the target's wits and stealth. If the target is a spirit, the difficulty is the spirit's gnosis.
So it says you can just track them. It doesn't say anything about
Exactly. It just says you just track them.
Okay.
Which is very fucked up, by the way.
Yeah. That's pretty powerful.
It's a very powerful gift.
That's a powerful rank 2 gift.
So you guys are going to act that gift.
Yeah. Adelheid is gonna say okay. So if I am a spy of, let's just say I am the leader of the fucking Iron Scales, Veronica, and I tell you, I need you to do a recon, or spying, or Black Ops. That makes me calling you my recon.
Mm-hmm.
Which means Adelheid is going to start the recon team, recon of Iron Scales.
Scouting team of Iron Scales.
Spies.
It'll take him a couple of goes, but eventually he gets it.
Now, the thing we need to consider is either two things. It's either this person recently came here and they're hiding in plain sight, or they've been a sleeper agent for a while.
Exactly. We Adelheid just says, we don't need to just immediately jump on this guy. We can just talk with him, hello, how's it going, and whatever, and then meet up somewhere else and talk, and then fuck him up later.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's
I like
head that way.
idea.
You got the pulse, right? Because
I do. And Adelheid just looks at Veronica and says, "Can you make us in a mind lick?"
You got it. Activate mind speak.
Yeah.
I'm about to make you bitches scream. So you go trot, 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 trot. You notice that you are being drawn closer to the shrine of Grandfather Thunder.
Excuse me?
Oh.
Did you just say Grandfather Thunder?
I said Grandfather Thunder. And what you see standing there are these two.
Those
Oh, no.
motherfuckers. Really?
Squeeze me.
Adelaide kind of looks at Veronica.
She's not amused.
She basically sees Sebastian kind of lightly, like he seems to be more casually talking to Victor.
Which
Hold
one?
on, wait a minute.
Okay,
I got an idea.
just a second.
Discover secrets on Sebastian. Because if he's a
Okay.
spy, that will show up.
Okay.
Because
Oh,
he could be actually talking to him, like being suspicious.
see, which is the one who comes the tracking?
It's Victor.
Okay,
I'm not-
Adelaide will say the guy with the blue hair.
Oh, him. You know what? I'll do hidden. Can I change hidden secrets to Victor?
Yes.
If he told me that, I'm gonna spend a willpower.
What is hidden secrets? Oh yeah, the crow gift. Oh, so good,
You're welcome.
so good.
This is why you like having Children of Crow members on your side. You're
Yep.
welcome.
Veronica, look at the side chat. I'm screaming over here.
3. Let me see the side chat because I'm right.
Guys, I'm fucking dying over here.
I'm spending a willpower.
I can imagine.
But
So-
he can feel that you did a magic, by the way.
So is the difficulty what it says in the book, or is it lower because I know him? Do I get circumstances?
It's lower.
Cool. So I got 3 successes.
Yep, bing dong, there's your spy.
Whatever you're doing, Veronica.
Well, the other one is my brother. He won't betray his family, but we could just talk to him casually. I was a former pack member of Victor.
His name is Victor.
Yeah, he used to be part of my pack, and he left. He wasn't fond of Theo. Actually, we could just keep talking about Theo. Theo has a family now. Just make a casual conversation about families. That's what we'll do. We'll have a family conversation.
Man, as he says out loud when he pulls like a cola, and he's like, "Man, I miss my family, Veronica, so much. God damn it! I don't know why they kicked me out of my sept."
I'm very sorry that they kicked you out of your sept. If you were part of my family, I would make sure that that would have gotten straightened out. We were.
Thank you.
See,
Thank
I'm
you.
so worried because my family had to be dragged over here from my previous sept. Google Things First was just yeah, they have to come over here.
Such a bad thing, man.
Sebastian looks up upon hearing his family approaching and smiles at her. He'll smile at
Sebastian.
his little sister, like, well, fuck.
The baby's doing well.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I got to talk to Petra and Theo. They're excited I'm having a kid.
Wait, you're pregnant?
Yeah, out of game is it 5 months?
Yeah, she's been pregnant a while.
Yeah.
Adelaide looks at her belly and oh shit, I thought this was just muscle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's got a small bump and everything.
Adelaide kind of fancies Veronica anyway, so he's like, I just thought this was a muscle. I guess okay.
Just a protruding muscle. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't get to tell you. The baby's a boy. His name is going to be Tatum Black.
Tatum Black.
Sebastian tilts his head and is like, Tatum?
Tatum. Yeah, Tatum Black.
It's like chaining Tatum Black. I made a stupid joke. Did it felt like Aiden?
Smiles.
Did it felt
Victor
like
looks-
Aiden joke?
He just Sebastian will put 2 fingers close together.
Out of game is it to his lips?
Kind of.
Who's this guy? Is he Adelaide shows this like guy with the blue hair?
That's Victor.
Hi, Victor. I never seen you around.
He likes to hide a lot. Are you jumping into conversations again like the way I met you?
I'll shake his head.
Everything all right? I haven't seen you in a while.
I'll shrug.
Mind speak to him. He's usually more responsive to this.
Okay, he's probably being, in front of mind speak. He's probably being, we just arrived to start talking shit, so he may feel like, oh shit, they were on me.
Yeah, I assume that we have decent amount of subterfuge.
Okay, out of game.
Not looking at each other.
Okay, out of game. If two of us are talking in mind speak, one of us has to talk out loud. Otherwise, he'll know what's going on.
Yeah, true.
So, Darcy, if me and Adelheid are talking, start talking about something.
Yeah.
Vice versa.
So, actually, I've never met you before. I'm Darcy Stavadra. He offers his hand.
Don't look at it. Give him kind of a quiet. It's basically look on his overlay, and then he'll reach out and shake it.
He gives him a firm shake, and he smiles so softly, like, dude has all the subterfuge and manipulation.
I'll say, softly, I'll say Victor.
It's nice to meet you. Okay, I know this sounds stupid, but, like, do you ever, like, nickname yourself Vicky? And be like, Mom, Dad, and Vicky always giving him commands. Bad twerk.
Mind speak. Oh, Vicky, what a pity you don't understand. You take me by the heart. Yeah.
Marrying Sully was the best thing that ever happened to Veronica, I swear to God.
Adelaide is like, the blue is the most warmest color.
He just kind of like glares at Darcy and shakes his head.
But you could be like, yo, Vicky, you're so fine, you blow my mind. Hey, Vicky, hey, Vicky.
Veronica's eyebrows go up while she's like laughing in her head.
Adelaide is like, we got the best spy.
Sebastian goes, who's the leader of the club? It's made for you and me. VIKUR. And Victor just looks at him like,
And then Darcy, okay, when I say crosses himself in a spiral, crossing yourself in a spiral is just like it's just a fun way to cross yourself, okay? So he crosses himself in a spiral and like
out of game. I'm just gonna sing the song and mention out of game. It's done in like a dark reference. I got a lovely bunch of coconuts, there they are standing in a row. Big ones, small ones, some as big as you.
God, you turned this into a musical, and I love it. It's the musical episode of
Out of game. It's a reference to Cassio being Scar.
I know, God.
Also, if I have to pick a big cat in any of the Disney movies, it's gonna be Shere Khan for Veronica.
Actually, another thing. Don't ever mention to Aiden that I'm following Lion. I do not want the entire Lion King musical being played around me constantly.
Gonna be a mighty king, so enemies beware. I've never seen
Sebastian will go behind Darcy, put his arms under his armpits, take Krynos, and just lift him up like Simba.
Darcy just goes, the circle of life.
I think he made a lot of dumbass moves, guys, so he probably thinks they're just dumbasses. Now we can go and, what are we going to do? You want me to, like cut his throat, or?
Let's wait, because I do know someone that could go over how we could punish him and make sure, like, it's to keep tabs on this. There's someone I was going to talk to anyway. I actually want you around with me.
Okay. I want you around with me. He's like...
And then Darcy's like, I want you both around with me. Yo! And it's mine.
Just put
This is all through Mindspeak, this conversation.
Yeah.
Hello, Mr. Sebastian, right? Adelheid Trimison.
I think we've met, but
Yeah, you did. That time. You're right. Sorry.
I remember you, Adelheid.
Thank you. I hope everything is okay.
Okay as it ever is.
He nods. God, should I have to meet with Corey, guys? Sorry, just like I need to kick her ass in the Overwatch again.
Smile.
So,
Now you're saying names of more people I don't know. I'm just like, this sept has so many people.
it is awfully how a lot of people. I don't know how like we share the same Karen.
Right.
This sep shit's gnosis.
Sebastian smiles. Have
So,
you ever been to one of the large seps? They tend to be rather populated.
I was only in 2 seps, Pride's Fall and this one. The Pride's Fall is like rank 3 type of sept. We didn't have a lot of people, but we had a lot of kin with us.
Have you ever been to the Wheel of? Well, you just said no. You should go to the Wheel of Ta. The Wheel of Ta.
I heard it's huge.
It's very big and it's very
Just like
popular.
Jesse.
Mhm. What?
Just like Jesse.
He shakes his head. He didn't think you heard him right. He just lets it go, though.
So, Victor, by the way, how do you get your hair that blue? Because that is like a very intense blue. Like,
Because blue is the warmest color, man.
he looks
at Darcy and he says, "It's my natural hair color."
he gasps. Really? That is amazing.
Blue is indeed the warmest color now.
How does that is, I've never heard of that being a natural hair color. That is amazing. And now, like, Darcy's in the mind speak going, talk all you want, guys. I haven't distracted.
Okay, I'm just gonna act like I'm going to meet with Corey, guys, and we can't meet outside of the sept.
I gotta meet with Sullivan.
You just with that guy, like the meeting that we're gonna have is with the Sullivan.
Yeah. He wanted to invite you guys for dinner.
Oh shit. Okay.
Oh, I've never met Sullivan.
Oh, he's very nice. And out of game, when we get out of view,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
then it's
Sorry.
gonna be like, okay, no, we're actually going to see someone else. I'm saying in mind, like he can't know that.
Okay. No, I was like confused. He's like, okay.
Okay, so out of game, Johnny, gonna spend a gnosis, summon a Stormcrow to keep an eye on Victor from far away,
Okay.
out of sight.
Harlow will kick back and watch him.
And going to use Tolia's orb.
Yes. So you are using it to take you to Anton's shop, right?
Yes, but I'm gonna wait to use the orb when we're outside the sept, so people don't know I'm using it.
Oh,
Good.
Because that's a secret I have. Don't ask what dark pact I made to get that orb.
that was one hell of a fucking dark pact. Okay, like I'm not gonna lie, that was big. You could have done so much with that. Holy God.
I could have, but you know what? I'm not risking 100 Banes in my household.
You're pregnant. You know what a Caliban is in Ravenloft?
Because all someone would have to do is destroy them, and there would be a huge problem.
He's probably just gonna feed him to his T-Rex, to be honest.
I figure he would, but I mean, honestly, I'd rather just find a safer way to handle that than leave him there and it's like, oh shit, they got out. That's like a Pandora's box waiting to happen.
So yeah. So you will get outside the sept. You will so you guys arrive I need to actually take a couple seconds because I had to shift my fucking character.
Sure.
That's a really big shift.
I mean,
You guys arrive. It's a huge fucking shift.
Before we go there, I'm mentioning in mind speak, we have to be. This guy is very proper and formal, so show your utmost respect. Otherwise,
Darcy
if you get on
straightens
his,
suit jacket.
treat him with more respect than you would a Godfather in the Mafia, and you'll be in good grace.
I don't kind of show respect to the Godfather and like Mafia and the Godfathers, but I understand what you mean.
Yeah, Darcy straightens his suit jacket and is prepared. He puts on his Philodox face, and he has a similar face to the one on his overlay.
Adelheid is like his like no YOLO face.
I assume they all look like their overlays right now.
Okay, so Johnny, because I know
Yeah.
Anton probably will figure certain things out with. I'm just going to mention out of game one of the things I want to do while you're prepping in character. So one of the conversations you want to do, because you know how Children Crow, if they believe in other people, they'll support them and such. She wants to see if she wants to get Adelheide's name out there. So with certain Shadow Lords, they can get support, because even though it's good to get like Shadow Lords in power, you need other tribe members that are reliable in power. So like that's a get offender she wants to support.
Get
Corey and
Adelheid
Jung.
and Darcy.
Yeah, I mean Jungli and Corey are going to be next, but I have to know their characters a bit better.
Mhm.
But I mean, if Adelheide's on there, and let's say Adelheid trusts someone, that could actually just build.
I mean, Darcy already got the favor of the Incarna of Grandfather Thunder.
He'll know it. Trust me.
Real
You-
life is in my favor right now. So, when your characters arrive, you are greeted by a bright flash, and you are drenched because there is a thunderstorm raging around you.
She embraces that weather.
It is thunder. There is a severe thunderstorm in New Orleans right now. It's actually like the weather.
Oh shit! That means I get a temporary gnosis. That's
So, yes.
awesome. I get a temporary gnosis.
I looked up the weather, and it's they're under a severe thunderstorm watch. Well, no warning. There's a storm going on there. So you arrive outside of this French Quarter shop. It's a 2-story deal. Are you guys familiar with how the architecture in the French Quarter looks like? With the wrought iron building faces and the.
I'm familiar with their cemeteries, with how they have to build up on top of each other because of the flooding.
Yeah, but so it's very beautiful and old world and cobblestone roads and things like that. And there is a thunderstorm raging around you, and the store looks oddly inviting and warm.
But it's so nice outside.
I know, right? Why would you ever want to go inside? And
Actually, Darcy's like me. He loves the rain.
Adelheide's hair gets like all fucking what was the name of that all wet, and then like he puts his hair to the side. It looks like a very like weird, because like his hair normally like looks a lot different than this.
His hair looks probably slicked back.
Yeah, like this,
Yes.
I assume all of their hairs are pretty much slicked back right now.
Veronica's
Let's be
look like
real.
it's kind of like
Veronica.
because she has long gray hair, it's kind of like looks like it's draped on her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Darcy's hair is like pushed back. It's like a lot. His is dark brown, so it's like midnight black now, and he kind of pushes it back and drapes it over his shoulder.
So did Anton tell me I have to like knock a certain way?
it's a store, so you
Okay.
can go in.
Just remember, guys, mind your manners, and this guy will treat you very well. Politely go into the store to make sure he sees us coming in.
You'll hear the bell will ring when you walk through.
Mhm.
The store smells very nice, actually. It has a very herbal scent to it. And the smell of like incense. It's pleasantly warm. You notice that there are shelves filled with like candles and herbs and things to do magic with, quote unquote. It's like a voodoo shop.
Out of game, my character's buying stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Darcy's looking at stuff too, actually.
And he had been leaning against the counter, like reading. And he'll stand up as though he thought it was customers that came in. And when he sees that it's Veronica, his demeanor will shift.
To warm to not.
Oh, warm. So, well, warm in his way.
Yeah.
And you're familiar, and I'm not unhappy. You just walked through my door.
Yeah.
It's actually it's the look on his overlay.
Okay.
So the thing that the two things that strike you about Anton when you first see him, and his overlay doesn't have this, but his eyes are almost white. They're so blue. Like lightning.
Awesome. That's awesome.
And yeah. And there's almost this feeling when you're in his presence around being around a lot of electricity, like that hum of like ozone, you know? And he just sort of bleeds Southern charm and kind of quietness. And he'll come over to Veronica, and he'll lean over and he'll do the press his cheek to hers cheek kiss.
I know what that.
Do.
Yep.
Yeah, he'll do that.
She'll do the same.
Bonjour, ma chérie. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm sorry I didn't get to inform you I was fighting friends.
Shrug softly.
Darcy and Adelheid. On top of this, we found out something serious that should be discussed in private.
He'll walk over to the door of the shop, and he'll close it and lock it and turn the sign for when on lunch.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll motion them to follow him in the back. He'll kind of lift the thing for the counter.
Yeah, Darcy will follow in the back because Veronica is his friend. Adelheid is a higher rank.
Adelheid is at the back, and like the second he
okay.
is like, pardon, Adelheid is at the front. Sorry, my apologies. Adelheid is like the second he second is like, how do I say, they're like in a place where they are not like need to be formal.
Mm-hmm.
Adelheid, they need to be formal actually, not informal. The second like they need to be normal, Adelheid is like comes to like looks around to make sure that this is a place where he needs to show respect, and he just says his rank and his he just says his rank.
He'll smile,
saying like Adelheid Trimminson. I am Adrian Uruno the Getafenris, known as the Beheaded Tyrant.
He'll nod and he'll look at Darcy.
I am Darcy Savadra, Shields the Kinfolk, Warden of the Lost, Philodox of Fostern rank, born Hamid.
My name is Anton Ledois. I am known as Loa Lights the Path by the people. I'm a Shadow Lord, and I was born under the crescent moon to human kin. And I am an elder among the people. And Alpha, the scepter of the broken chain. And you are my guests in this place. Please, make yourself at home. And he'll, the room that he brought them into is part his ritual area in the city.
Okay, good.
So there's a lot of ritual equipment, like things that are used in rites and things like that. There's like a copper ring on the floor, very large. It's not small, with like sigils written around it. And there's a seating area, and he'll kind of walk them over to it with some comfy couches and.
Please tell me he's doing the murmur right? Or something to make sure nobody's hearing us, like trying to spy on us.
Is permanently cast on this room, woman.
Yes. That's the other reason I brought him here.
So he'll touch like a sigil on the door as they kind of go through, and it kind of shimmers and then pulses across the entire room, and they hear like whispers in the air, like soft whispers that dampen out. And you can tell that no one is going to know what's going on in this room. And he'll sit down and motion.
She'll sit down.
Darcy will sit down as well.
Eli will sit down as well.
His Ken daughter will come in. Her name is Charlie. She's a girl. And she'll make sure they have everything they need, drinks, snacks, anything like that. She'll bring some stuff while they're just kind of settling in. Height of hospitality. And she'll excuse herself. Though she does look between Darcy and Anton for a second, like, huh? You've been running around. She doesn't say it, but she thinks it. You've been running around.
She's like, my dad was running around.
He'll sip from a cup of coffee. They have beignets. She brought beignets for them to eat. So he'll dunk one in his coffee. It's like a donut, Amouche, if you don't know what they are.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
He'll dunk one in his coffee. Lovely weather we're having, wouldn't you say?
I love this weather.
I was at rituals all morning, and it seems as though I got some attention.
This is like the perfect time to do rituals and meditation.
I'll smile. So have you just come for company, or?
Actually, it's something rather serious. Out of game, I'm telling him this because he has revealed he's family to me, so it's.
He is
I can
in fact
trust.
family.
So, I know much words don't get past you. Another Karen declared war on us. The Karen leader has tried to kill my mate and has killed 2 people that are part of my family. And while looking into information with help from my 2 friends, we learned there's a spy that's on our Karens. I don't know how long that he has been a spy. What infuriates me more so, this was a former pack member of mine. He doesn't know we're aware of this yet, and I'm having him watched at the moment.
I think the most important question to ask is, was he a spy before or after he joined your pack?
That's a good question, which is what I don't like.
The motivation in that would be completely separate, and the motivation is what you need to find out.
Did I find the motivation with the secret, or should I do like some roll?
No. I didn't do motivation.
What's ironic with him is, with his family past, because he's related to the Margrave, his mother raped someone and had to be executed. And he did not like someone in my pack considering them a traitor. So I find it rather ironic that...
He sips his coffee.
He could also tell that Veronica wants to see him get punished or to personally kill him, but she's like holding back her fury to make sure it's done right, or that no warnings giving out or anything really full-heartedly.
I have heard about the difficulties that have befallen upon yourself.
Adelheid is just listening.
Yeah, out of game, you found a lot of information with Veronica.
Yeah. He is just listening right now.
My
He is...
biggest question is, what are you being distracted from?
What do you mean?
He'll think a moment. He'll dip his donut, take a bite as he's collecting his thoughts. That's not how Silverfang go to war. When the Silverfang go to war, they don't give you time. They strike with the rising sun. They strike true and fast. You're not at war with Silverfangs. So what are they distracting you from?
Ugh, that's not good. So now it makes me wonder how many enemies we have.
I can tell you certainly have one. But that enemy is presenting a false face to you, if you look at it. That's just my opinion. I ain't speaking from a place of authority. But if I wanted to take another care, I would do it subtly. I wouldn't do it all at once. And I wouldn't show them my true face.
I was thinking the same thing with the other Karen. Destroy their structure from within.
Do it when we're distracted.
So this isn't a civil war. This is more of a plot.
As well as a coup.
Yeah.
See, they're using a civil war. Again, this is my opinion, but I found that I'm often right. They're distracting you. They're getting you to pay attention. He'll wave his hand over here, and he'll ball his fist in the other direction. They have you looking over here when the fist is over here. You're worrying about the other sept. You're worrying about this from the foundations of it being a war. But it's not.
Out of game, I'm pretty much tempted to text my father just so he can go and sort things out. Just to make sure we're not weakening our structure. Because that's what's going on. He's destabilizing us. Someone's destabilizing us before that happens. It's like chess.
What we need is allies.
Veronica texts her father.
Doesn't Veronica have common sense?
No, she doesn't have the mere common sense.
Roll your wits etiquette then.
Give me one moment. Spending willpower because I don't have a lot of this, unfortunately.
I can tell you. Oh, see what she's gonna tell.
So what's the difficulty?
6. Not
2
hard.
successes.
Don't wait until after the conversation to text them.
Oh,
Okay.
see. Oh, see. Can
Yeah.
I say something common sense?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Your problems are your problems. You're expected to solve your own problems. You're a shuttle lord. That's also another thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like that is a point, but she's also
I almost did something impolite, so she's putting her phone
Yeah.
away before.
Yeah, if she texts her father like right in front of him instead of waiting until the end of the conversation, he could take it the wrong way. It could be seen
Yeah.
as rude.
All right.
Job
That-
avoiding that one.
I'm glad I actually did purchase adequate. Darcy, you're a Philodox. We could ask Victor some questions and judge him.
If Victor is a traitor, let me blood eagle him. Adelaide goes like full YOLO swag. Get a Fenris. If he's
I'm taking.
betraying us, there should be consequences.
There should be. I agree.
Now, another thing, though. We said spy of what's the set name again?
Iron Scale.
He knows the set name. My brain just stopped. We said spy and scale.
Is it me that's roboty or Steven?
Steven.
If they aren't the threat, why is it better?
A little bit.
Not quite though.
I'll have to.
It's like out of game Veronica just really hates the spy and just wants to stamp it out. But at the same time, yeah, we do need to learn a bit more. You know what we could also do? We could just have look at
that's
Adelheid. We could just have you talk one-on-one about how you didn't like the spirals and some of the changes and see how he responds.
We can.
I just recommend that we talk with him because judge him accordingly based on all the information given. If we don't know everything, then we may just make a rash judgment. This is taking Anton's information into heart because they very well may not be our enemy.
I very often find you can make the most loyal. God, they can tell he doesn't want to use the word servants right now, but damn, the Shadow Lord has to think.
Yeah.
I've found that you can often make the most loyal allies
Subject.
out of those that you granted mercy to and have something to gain from them. See, if you have a spy, especially if they were good enough to hide it from you long enough, but you put them to the fire. You see, the thing about a spy is they'll always sell out to the highest bidder. You can use that.
Honored Elder, how are you going to trust him again?
Trust is something I always apply with a very light hand.
You know, it's not like we have to trust him. I can tell if he's going to lie.
I keep Fenrir, Silverfang, the Fianna on retainer for matters of honor. I am not a dishonorable man, but I understand that as Shadow Lords, it is unfortunately our duty to rule from the shadows, which means sometimes matters of honor can be a bit gray to us. I get that. So I know to you, trust and honor are probably very, very, very strong chains that link you to your life. And I respect that.
I think I have a way to handle Anton. Pardon, he doesn't say Anton. He says this whatever this guy's name.
Victor.
Victor.
I just don't like to waste resources.
He nods.
Why get rid of them whenever we can use them for our own goals? And then Darcy just realized what he said. He just like blinks and he's like, God, I can't. Like in his mind, not realizing the mind link is still up. He's just like, I'm hanging out around a lot of Shadow Lords lately.
We can just fuck this guy up and tell him that we are the boss now. If he's a pussy, he's gonna listen to us anyway.
That actually is not a poor method.
I'm gonna tell him I'm his boss now. He kind of like smiles because like that's kind of like very Shadow Lord thing to do. Like, I'm gonna fuck you up and tell you I'm the boss.
He sips his coffee like it's a perfectly fucking valid way to handle it. Like, go on.
Veronica just smirks at Anton like as if to like makes it like, see, told you.
Smirks it up.
Sorry for coming here and being a bit hopeless regarding the situation. Not hopeless, sorry. Coming to your wisdom. It's just that we don't want bloodshed, but sometimes individuals are causing us to be this way. Let's just say it that way.
If you were hopeless, you wouldn't have come to me. So, don't worry. And the fact of the matter is that a gallon of sweat can save a gallon of blood.
Nuts.
But I think at the end of the day, one of the things that you must keep in mind is that this is essentially, at the end of the day, one sect. On the whole, the nation has accommodated to the changing of the litany. Yes, there are complications, but there were complications with the old one. No one is going to like everything presented before them, and you can't make everyone happy.
Exactly. You can't make everybody happy. That's something I know.
But the one thing that your sept needs more than anything, and you can take yourself back to Emil and tell him I said this myself, is boundaries. You have no boundaries or foundation or structure or what your sept stands for or fighting for. I hear that what you fight for is liberalism and changing the nation for the better. Who's better? I tell you right now, you brought your ideologies and ethos to my sept, there'd be some strange fruits hanging from the trees tonight.
People needs to stop being fucking delusional.
So that, in my opinion, is what you need to do. You need to walk up to your alpha. You need to remind him the Jarl that he is, and then he needs to slam his Jarl hammer down into the ground and put some laws down.
I've been telling these stuff for a long time. People, I know it's gonna feel like I just said this thing, but at the same time, I was a foster when I arrived, and a lot of people were just saying I talk too much. Now I'm an Adrian, and I'm kind of angry.
What are you angry about?
Kinda.
I'm angry
tell me
about the
what-
people being piece of shits. They're talking about how they fight for liberalism and being not different than those who they fucking criticize. Oh man, you can't talk shit to your elder. I mean, oh man, fuck auspices. There's a guy who fucks around and talks around and says fuck auspices. I say, hey, let's be civil. The better of the set tells me, you shouldn't be that way. This is opinion. But like,
Veronica looks at Anton and is like, he was the first one who voiced concern allowing spirals on the sept. And aside from they told him silence, and he brought valid points that you should just allow the enemies to stay there, he got punished for it.
Let me be very clear that if spirals were to walk onto my sept, first off, I would fucking slaughter my warder. Because he would have failed at that point.
there were individuals who were pushed to this agenda. I was among them, and I did my best to keep the peace as best as I can. I did what my elders should have done and actually see two hopeless situation and made it one. So from outside, it looked different. I was the guy who convinced the Spirals to join the Wardens of the Lost, make themselves a camp. So they won't be a tribe in the nation. After all these time, a lot of people were going to be rebelling against the new leadership if Spirals just joined. I would be among them.
The previous alpha of the sept just welcomed them, and that's when our new alpha was like, no. And all this chaos happened. I'm not too happy about it either. It's one thing to get information, but it's different to just let anyone waltz in.
Darcy is very quiet during this discussion.
Honored Elder, I'm going to ask you one question, if you don't mind me asking.
Shake his head.
In your sept, you have advisors, right?
I have a beta.
He nods. Does your beta and yourself talk with individuals in the sept and see what's going on in your sept?
I don't
Hold
need to.
public opinion?
I don't need to.
He kind of looks like he doesn't understand his point. Like he wonders what does he mean, but then he says, I don't need to.
I listen to what the people of my sept say.
He nods. That's the
And
attitude of a leader. My apologies. Please continue.
No, Jose. I keep things fair. They may not always like what I say. And if I'm wrong, I don't mind being questioned. But you better make damn sure I'm wrong.
I completely agree with you, Honored Elder. So like, as a leader, I'm an Adrian of the nation, and I feel like I have done things in the nation that affected the nation. I don't mean to boast, please don't misunderstand me. This is just like, I am known as someone who gives good advice time to time. At least that's what I've been returned to me after I gave my advices to people. My issue right now is there's two things. It is a good leader's approach to listen to the people what they say. Not every time the people will be right, because they won't see things from your they won't see things from your eyes. There are things that leaders see that the common individuals doesn't see. And sometimes you need to make proper decisions about this. That is like, let's just call them unpopular decisions. as a leader to, let's just say, not share food with your people when the winter is coming and keep your food as best as you can to your winter. It's not going to make people happy that you keep the food because they're hungry a bit, but at the same time, it's going to make them survive the winter. Now, this was an unpopular decision. A lot of people told our leaders, like, this may cause a blood feud, this may cause a war in the nation, this may cause a lot of things. And their opinion, their response was, well, Uktena and Get-A-Fair-Spot, they get along now, like your friend, your best friend, you killed your best friend, your ancestors killed your own best friend's ancestors, but you guys get along, so why not now? And I'm like, that's not the same fucking thing. And I'm sorry for saying fuck, but it's just getting so much to me right now that elders fuck this up, and guess what? It's this tree in front of you who wants to fix this stupid situation. And honored elder, I accept every apology you want to give me because you gave us all these, you give us all these stuff, and I said these rude words. But please bear with me. The people who we are calling leaders now are there to. They were coming to the power, saying there won't be more tyranny. There won't be more. We will have more communication. They were saying that we will have changes, liberalism. We will have more rights to individuals. But the first thing I'm told, shut the fuck up, Adelheid. And as in a rune, this is not my rage talking. This is basically me seeing 4 friends, including my packmate, getting killed in a place without any questions. And I know there may be more reasons to this, but we can't ignore the reasons of leaders ignoring their subjects.
He looks over at Veronica, and he puts on a very kind smile.
Oh,
a very
boy.
sweet smile. And he puts his hand up, and he goes, and he kind of, come here. And he kind of like, he beckons Veronica closer, like very sweetly.
She comes closer. This is either
And
really good or bad.
Yeah, he's just got like the sweetest, kindest look on his face, and he looks like very like welcoming and inviting.
It could go either way.
Yeah.
That's the problem. I don't know what he's gonna do.
Yeah, but he and what is her reaction to him? He's beckoning her
She
closer.
keeps it neutral. It just accepts what's coming out because he's technically the host. And she did tell them to be well-mannered. But at the same time, Adelheid is very honest. And this is kind of the thing that she respects about him.
He'll kind of like.
This is kind of what she wants to help him on.
Yeah, he's not patting like his lap to like as if to say like sit on my lap, but kind of like
come here,
sit down in front of me. Like yeah, come here and sit down in front of me. And he's being like very nice about it and like come here, like being very sweet about it to her.
She comes over.
And he'll wait until she gets in front of him, and he'll reach out and he'll like kind of touch her hair. And like it's a very fatherly, friendly thing. And he'll touch her hair.
Mm-hmm.
Then, with a strength she did not know that man possessed, he grabs her by the throat. And like squeezes tight and looks at Adelheid. To show a fucking example of what they're going through and what just happened to them.
What kind of example he wants to show? I don't understand.
He's showing Adelheid that that's what just happened to them. What he just did to Veronica is what just happened to them.
Like she made a risk to get you allies and told you to like be formal. And this, I'm getting punished for it.
No. That's not what he's saying. That's not what he's saying. He's saying, I'll explain it. What he's saying is that what happened is the Sept, like the leadership of the Sept, was very like, oh no, it's okay. Come here, trust me, it's okay, all that good stuff. And now they're crushing you by the throat.
Adelheid, like for a second, he kind of looks like like he was gonna say something. Then he understands, and he understands what he means, and he nods, and he says like, "Please, honored elder, please don't." He looks at Veronica like, if it's someone needs to be punished, it should be me.
He'll let go of her, and he says, "I'm not punishing her.
He's
She's
just
okay."
out of game. This is why she wanted Anton to meet Adelheid, because there's a lot of potential with him. It's just the tact.
He was just giving an extremely graphic explanation that
Example.
he understood what Adelheid was saying.
And
I agree a lot with the things that Adelheid says. Adelheid is a very strong individual who voices his concerns louder than anyone else. While I've sat back and listened and tried to weigh my options and make judgment calls based on those, he was always the first one to speak, always the first one to try to stop something whenever it happened. It's I came to this.
Oh, keep going.
I lived on a sept where everything that I had was basically I was told I had to do. My mortal family was told the things of the Guru because they needed to know. I had no choice in the matter. I came to this sept wanting to learn more about the Wardens, wanting to know more about something different than what I had learned on that sept. And then I came over here and it was exactly the same.
Veronica gives a look to Adelheid. Out of game. I'm not going to tell the whole count, but I want to roll expression and charisma to briefly go over Adelheid's past to show he cares first about protecting everyone else. So I'm asking Amouche, does my character get your character's permission to tell Anton this?
Pardon? I didn't understand. My apologies.
While you're figuring this out, I'll be right back. I'll be like 1 second. I have to grab something.
So
I gotta go actually, so I'm just letting you know that I'm like Darcy's listening.
I want to tell a shortened version of what happened to you at Pride Falls.
Completely.
I'm not gonna roleplay telling that, but I'm just gonna roll that out just so this way it's because out of game what I want to do is get like your name out there, so
Okay. Thank you.
oh, no problem. And let's see. So it's Johnny's discretion on difficulty. That'll be either 3 or 4 successes.
Very cool.
So out of game, the idea would be to go over what happened at your sept with infighting and arguing, and it left it vulnerable to an attack, and you do not wish for this to repeat itself. And to make the point afterwards, you don't wish for this to repeat itself.
Exactly.
And unlike most Aruns, you're a lot like you vocal. You're a little more level-headed than some of the stories. Okay, so Johnny, I made the roll in dice roller. So my character gives a look to Adelheid and gets permission. She does an abridged story of what happened to his sept with the infighting and that it got attacked. And because of this, like Adelheid as an Arun, he acts very diplomatically. He looks for solutions where ask questions rather than shoot first, ask questions later. He's the opposite. He usually looks out for other people first. So with some of these things, so he was very vocal about the black spirals and a lot didn't listen to him. I mostly wanted information. Later on, I found out that the Alpha was welcoming them to the Sept, and he did things to defuse that by getting them to join a different tribe, which is as it should have been done.
He smiles at all of that.
though he is an Arun and he may do certain things brash, he does have other people's best interest. And this is a really complicated situation because we do need to be unified in this. And he has placed a lot of trust on me on certain things that he wished to do.
I'm surprised you two aren't packmates.
Adelheid smiles at that.
Out of game, we're talking about that.
Adelheid, like, looks at the Anton and says, "With your permission, Elder, I have one more thing to say."
Oh, he nods. He was
After
waiting.
this war or this problem is handled, I have told my Alpha I'm going to continue speaking loudly, because a leader who comes to a place by saying the old leaders didn't listen to us and does the same thing either needs to change or needs to get good. We can't afford more infighting.
He nods.
Now, if there's any business that you and my friend Veronica needs to handle, I can wait outside. But we need to handle the spy.
There was only like one thing she wanted to mention to him for 2 minutes.
Adelheid will just be like, I can wait outside if it needs be.
It could be we'll just nickname it quickly a Council of Crows. Out of game.
He nods to them and says, like, I will be waiting outside.
He'll nod. Look to Veronica.
That's one reason I brought him along, because out of most of the people in his tribe, he has a lot of promise.
You've made a wise investment.
And there's certain other investments with and I appreciate your wisdom immensely. I look at some of this war going on as like a game of chess.
He smiles.
So I will more likely talk to Adelheid on how we can strengthen our current structure, and I will talk to him about how to destabilize the other ones. Out of game, I want to get certain people him and I know of different tribes and our tribes in there to straighten it out. If that makes sense, Johnny. I'm not going to bother going over the details I learned because he's high enough as an elder to figure it out. Unless he asks me.
One day you and Adelheid and your friends should come spend a weekend at my sept.
She smiles and nods. I would like that. One point you need to meet my second husband. I don't know if you met Sullivan Black.
I have met him before, actually. I was considering pairing his daughter with my son, but after the complications that have arisen in your sept, I decided it wasn't a wise investment and pulled out of it.
Or you might want to wait.
No, I have no desire in waiting. I don't want my blood in that sept. I've already wasted it once.
She nods as she understands. There's a lot of family for Veronica out of game that are not happy with the sept.
I think One aspect that people forget is that Asir has forgotten where he belongs and who he belongs to.
And the other person who made this decision is Isidore, who's a judge of doom. Out of game covering for Zhongli.
So the lightning outside crashes hard, shaking the building.
Yeah, he could tell Veronica's not amused by this, because that's actually her mentor. She's also a truth catcher now in the beta. You can see where I feel about this and why Adelheid and I are not amused one bit with what's going on. Some people have questioned what is she doing and why. Some even want somebody believing somebody else from her camp should question her. Outer game hinting towards Zhongli's challenge without saying. Because there's gossip. Because it's gossip.
He's listening.
It's what girls do.
Yes.
Have you met Luciano Donati yet?
I have not.
He's an ally of mine on your set. When he says ally, what he's saying is he's his inside man.
Yes.
I think Adelheid has already contacted him.
Oh.
But you may want to introduce yourself as well.
Thank you.
You can consider him a man on the inside, my mouth.
Thank you very much.
Disappointed in Asir. Very, very disappointed in him.
One point Emil was my mentor, but he got exiled and recently come back. I'm tempted to go. I'm at this moment strongly considering going back to him and having him as my mentor again.
Emil and I used to be what one would call enemies.
I did not know that.
He led my 17-year-old daughter on, got her pregnant, and then left her.
Her eyes go saucer dish.
But he'll hold a hand up. But he made amends for it. He was at a hard time in his life. He wasn't acting in his best judgment. He was having a bit of a crisis. He didn't quite realize what he was doing and justified a lot of very, very poor behavior on things that were pulling him in all sorts of directions. And when I called him to task and I took him for it, he rose like a good friend reared to it. He did right. And he made amends. The fact of the matter is no one's perfect. Everyone makes mistakes. I don't care about the mistakes you make. I care about what you do to fix them. And he fixed his mistake. So we're good. And I consider him a better man for it.
She's pretty happy to hear that. Thank you very much, Anton. Your words of wisdom are always very appreciated.
Well, I always enjoy having the chance to pass them on. I'll get up.
Before she leaves, this is gonna sound ridiculous. She's gonna place a delivery order from some stuff from his place. I'll just type it out a game later on.
He'll go back out where Adelheid is. Back out into the shop.
He will come in if he's invited again.
Mm-hmm.
Should we leave?
As always, I extend the rules of hospitality to you, and you are allowed to stay for 3 days.
You know, it's a great honor to be as your someone who respects your I realizes he can't speak because this guy's an elder and he's just like it's very nice to hear this offer, but honored elder, please understand that we need to do a lot of things in the Sept, and I'd rather spend 3 days in trying to work to handle this problem.
Then let's compromise and settle on lunch.
He nods.
And they actually smell food coming from a different part of the store. I'll describe later how the store is so you understand why this can be like this. And he'll take them into a more like home part of it. And his daughter had set out like lunch. It's like red beans and rice and like andouille sausage and like food for the area. Like grill food. Yes. And he'll sit down and at the head of the table and he'll offer them and they'll just make conversation. We don't have to play it out unless you guys want to. They'll just
I'm okay with like it's being normal and then we can go after Victor.
Yeah. But so yeah, he'll honestly he just makes conversation with them. Like he's actually a very good conversationalist. And his daughter will eat. I'll send a picture of his daughter later. His daughter will eat with him. And after that, he'll give Veronica a goodbye kiss with his cheek.
Same.
Charlie will do the same. His daughter's name is Charlie.
Okay.
She'll do the same, and he'll give Adelheid a handshake goodbye and Darcy a handshake goodbye.
He will shake his hand.
And Charlie will give Adelheid a kiss on the cheek goodbye. Darcy a kiss on the cheek goodbye.
Adelheid, after they left, and he's like, this guy looks very nice. Is he like a hot shot in your tribe?
He revealed that he's a family, but he is a hot shot in our tribe.
That's cool. So are we going after Victor? Oh, go on, sorry.
He reached out to me a while ago and helped me gain some focus.
That's good. So what do you want to do with Victor?
So Victor used to be my pack mate. I think it's best if you talk to him.
Mm-hmm. Because you want
Victor. There's that, as well as Victor. There are certain things he feels strongly about that I've learned as a pack mate. So he might open those up to you. Whereas with me, because example, Theo was forgiven. And Theo was asking to be forgiven in whatever punishment. I did a punishment for him because if I didn't, somebody would have killed him.
Yes.
Victor was not happy about this decision.
He was thinking Theo should be killed?
That's my guess, or not allowed back into the pack when Theo had nowhere to go.
Okay.
And I know you're familiar with being in a pack that your pack is like a family.
I think I have a way to convince Victor. It's heart-to-heart talk and good intimidation tactics.
Yep. He won't be able to read you as easily.
Yeah.
Since you hang out with me and you've seen Anton, I think you got a good grasp on this.
Thank you. So we're going back with the Septa Magic Juju?
Does my Stormcrow inform me where Victor is?
He actually went home.
Okay.
Of course he did.
Adelheid is actually going to be like, let's just inform Emil first.
Good idea.
Adelheid, like when they arrive back to the Sept, he will look for Emil. With Veronica, probably.
Can I use the extra gnosis that I got from the storm to reward the Stormcrow?
Yeah.
Because that was all. Okay, that's what I'm doing. Because even though you
Emil is
normally have to spend.
Emil is instead of duty right now, which he's been doing all day, he's dancing now.
Adelheid waits because he doesn't want to like. Oh shit, she's hot. But I just saw it like, oh, okay. Adelheid just like waits for Emil to be done, and then he will talk to him. He like kind of like Veronica, and like he likes dancing, as you know, probably. He's your old mentor.
He's very passionate about it, and it's his
Yeah.
way of keeping physically fit.
By the way, that's the daughter.
Not.
That's the daughter that Emil knocked up.
Damn.
Adelheid is like, yeah, Emil, I got you, bro. I know what you did.
That's amusing dirt we have on him.
The child that they had is actually on Sept somewhere. His name is Remy.
That's hilarious because I think of Ratatouille when I hear the name Remy.
I know, but yeah. Oh, he lives with Jesse.
Of course he does.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he's dancing. He's doing some modern dancing, and he'll stop after a while and kind of pick his towel up and wipe his face off and drink like a gallon of fucking water and come over.
He comes
Still
in.
not breathing heavy.
Nice dancing.
Well, thumbs up.
We know who the spy is.
Yeah.
He looks at Veronica like.
It's unfortunately Victor.
So you get a second shower today. This time it's water. It cleans off the last one.
Adelheid. This time it's Adelheid because like he was the one who was like facing him, and he just like cleans his face. Thank you, Ryan.
I'll sputter for a moment. And he just goes off in French, you're fairly certain, without even translating that little fucking shithead bastard Konietzko. Fuck Konietzko right now.
He looks and says, there's two ways. We can Blood Eagle him, or I can talk him up to do something good.
He's Garu. You can always force him into his higher forms, cut the Blood Eagle on him to let him know you're serious, fix him, and then proceed with what you were talking about.
Okay. If you do that, I want. If you're doing that, I want in as his former pack up.
No, I understand it. You can do it if you want to, but I only do the Blood Eagle if I'm bestowed this honor to kill someone, not to torture them. I think I have a way, which is going to be like, I will talk to him and make him understand that, you know, I'm his boss now, or Emil is his boss now.
We could also get him to talk other ways.
Exactly.
You just see partial transformation to lightning claws.
Yeah.
Out of game, I've gotten people to talk with secrets with that.
Adelheid just like I have ways as well, but like what I'm just trying to say is Raya is trust me, I will make him talk, and if he tells other things, we will just kill him.
He looks as though he's 100% there with you.
Okay.
You got this. Boo Boo has this.
He looks at Veronica. Are we going now?
One more thing. She looks at Emil. After what's been recently happening, I'd like you to be my mentor again. we can find a point to talk to Isidore.
He holds his arms out.
She'll let him hug him.
Picks her up and swings her around. Puts her back down. He was careful of her belly, by the way.
Of course.
He'll touch her belly and is like, do I get to be its godfather too?
You can be the baby's godfather.
Yes.
So that makes him and Jesse godparents. That's a terrifying combination.
Oh God. Oh my God. Oh. Wow. And Jesse can be both its godfather and godmother.
Mother. Pretty much. I'm just picturing Coyote doing occasional visits at the crib.
Right.
Just like pushing the like baby toys that put babies to sleep.
Oh
Is-
God.
Is this guy's house is in the Sept?
Yes.
Adelaide again activates the Pulse of the Prey, which is like this is like immediately he says
He
his
will
name
he
this
will
time.
grab Adelheid 1 second. Whoa. It's
Oh,
important
shit,
you know
what's up?
this. Whoa, wait. Mondove, my God, you're so quick to go. He's Kira's grandson.
Yeah. The Margrave.
No,
You-
it doesn't matter. He's Kira's grandson. I don't give a fuck.
Oh,
about my-
Kier. I misheard you.
Yes, he's
Who's
Kieran's
Kier?
grandson.
Who's Kier?
Kieran Donovan, the old master.
The Fianna.
Yeah, okay. So
It doesn't matter. I just thought you should know. You should go in knowing.
okay, is he at Kieran's home?
No,
Can you inform Kieran then?
sure.
Because it would be better if it comes from you and not from me.
Oh, I imagine.
Like he can't beat
Well,
you,
not.
but he can't beat me. You know, like he kind of like looks at him like.
He'll nod, and he gets him. He understands him fully.
Yeah.
It is definitely not a good idea for Veronica to tell Kira either.
No.
As well as out of game, now I have an idea who set up those fucking rumors about my character.
Ah! Love you.
I know. Victor's gonna pay for those. Does
Adelaide, Adelaide nods to Emil, and then he shifts to Glabro. He has the fair Glabro merit.
Yeah.
He looks pretty humane when it comes to this, but like he still has claws.
He'll pat him on the back like, you go, tiger.
So here's the thing: if he sees me, he knows he's fucking deadbeat. So she's gonna. I need either someplace to hide and use this to mask my scent, or somewhere where he's not gonna care. There'll be too much scent going around that he can't see me.
Okay, that's easy.
Adelaide knocks the door of this guy's house.
He'll open it.
She's using her knife to
Let
make it where she can.
Let me switch overlays really quickly.
So she's making it where you can't
Oops.
smell her.
Yes. Hold on. Oh, 1 second. I'm trying to remember how to make. Uh-oh. I lost my.
Is Sebastian
There
with
it
them?
is. No.
Okay.
Hello, Sebastian.
I know, right?
Sebastian, did you like cut him and wear his skin?
Oh my God. I ship Sebastian and Adelheid so hard.
It's because Sebastian's a cuddler.
Adelaide looks at this guy.
Sebastian and Adelheid just need to get married only so that Adelheid can be Victor or Veronica's brother.
Right.
That's it. For no other reason.
Adelaide doesn't want to be Veronica's brother. Adelaide just looks at this guy and says, like, how's it going?
Fine.
Yeah, we need to talk.
Okay.
Would you like me to come in?
Why do I have a feeling you're going to come in whether I want you to or not?
That is, yes, that's completely correct.
He'll back up.
He comes in, he opens the door, and he, let's go to the couch.
Is MindLink still active?
It is, it is.
Yes.
Good.
So they go to the couch.
Adelheid, like, pulls one of the, like, he looks around for one of the, what was the name of those? Oh, see, just a second. He looks for one of the, like, sits, and he pulls the sit, the other side, and he sits in front of him, and he sits on the couch. He sits in front of him. Your dad and mom lives in the set.
Well, my mother's dead. My dad does, so yeah.
Who's your dad again? Sorry.
Liam Donovan.
Yeah. Liam Donovan. Liam Donovan. Is it the guy who was a packmate with Saoirse and Kieran and the Nate?
He was. Now he's packmates with Sullivan and Elias.
Okay. Liam is the son of Saoirse.
Kieran. Well, no, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, he is. He'll kind of tilt his head.
This is just a different family struggle, right?
Yeah. I remember we were talking about families earlier. Yeah.
Yeah. How are they gonna feel when they learn that you sided with people who killed Wes, who was Nate's brother, who was Ness's sister?
Well, and his father's packmate too, but
Yeah,
he'll
he
swallow.
he like drops that immediately.
He gets up.
Veronica's
Stay
gonna
where you
go.
are.
Veronica's gonna go through the door because I'm sure he didn't lock it.
Yeah, he didn't lock it.
No.
He kept it open, and he just like sit down.
Veronica's gonna show up and make sure that she sees him to know like you're in fucking big shit. Physical impressive for the win.
He swallows hard.
Why did you do it?
He'll tighten his jaw and shake his head.
I said, why did you do it?
You can break me or beat me or threaten me however you want. The blood of Konietzko's in my veins. I don't break easily.
No, I wasn't gonna break you or torture you. That's not how I do business. How Yuri Konikotsko is gonna feel when he learns what you did, though. I know he was kind of happy with the leadership at the moment.
Yeah, he swallows with that one.
Yeah, that's like you bring Konikotsko and Adelheid brings Konikotsko. He's like, I don't
He
think he'll
won't
be.
believe
Nice.
you. I am his nephew.
Yeah, I'm sure the Shadow Lord won't believe a lying piece of shit, and he will believe a guy who is known with his honor and not lying to anybody.
Or there's always the Philodox that you have to tell truths to.
Yeah, that's kind of reduces your stuff to a minimum.
And out of game, I know he's well aware of who Veronica's father is.
Oh boy, is he ever.
Adelheid takes a deep breath, and he sees like his claws in Glabro turns to silver. Victor does.
Oh, he backs up a little bit.
He kind of comes to him and says, "Who do you work for?"
I don't work for anyone.
No, You do work for someone.
Man, listen, my entire life, all I've had watching out for me is myself, okay?
He's like one finger slowly coming towards his face, and like that beautiful face with blue hair under like his cheek. He's like his claw like slowly the scratch and says,
Veronica
think you-
shifts
Yeah.
to Kyrnos and activates lightning claws.
and he's like, I think you work for me. I think you
Wait,
work
what?
for this sept if you want to survive. We're here to give you mercy and not pain, not anything. Because when Teal fucked up, we gave him one chance and he's now doing good. We won't do the same with you, which we heard that you protested.
Veronica activates Icy Chill of Despair and glares at him.
Oh,
And
boy!
Yeah,
start fucking talking.
exactly.
Which that is very terrifying with lightning claws.
I just... They told me I could make him hurt. I just...
Him who?
Liam.
Your dad.
That man is no father to me.
Messages Aldehyde through MindLink. That's someone he's in a relationship with.
Who?
Was. Big was.
Yeah.
Who's
Huge
in a
was.
relationship with?
He was in a relationship with Liam.
Like he was in a relationship with his dad.
Yeah.
It's not... He was a stepfather, but...
Mm-hmm.
That's not why he wanted
Adelheid-
to hurt him. That's not why.
It's still like Adelheid, like all Veronica feels is like Adelhyde's distaste about this is like, ugh. And
Yeah,
he-
you can tell that that's not the motivation for it. That's
Mhm.
that's not what it is.
No.
and he like he
Your
looks at
dad's
this guy and says, "Who do you work for? We can die right now, or make
I
it right
told
to us."
you. I work for myself.
He grabs him on the throat and says,
He
like,
holds a
breathing-
finger up. He holds a finger up. You.
Veronica
you, buddy.
takes one finger to his head with the lightning.
You. I work for you. I work for you.
He like drops him, and then he says, "You're gonna tell Veronica everything you fucking know, everything you talk with them, everything you do with them. You're gonna continue talking with them. You're gonna continue giving them wrong information. You're gonna feed them all the bullshit you see. You're gonna tell us who are the other spies, who are the recon team, when they're gonna attack, everything you know. Or I'm gonna kill everybody you know. Everybody you love is gonna be dead. Anyone who's not related to Seth that you met because because those people killed my packmate. Killed the people who I liked. Killed the people for no fucking reason."
And she's going to add in after Adelhyde's done. Just letting you know, you were a packmate of mine. You had an issue with Theo. And now you sold pack member people from the Sept who are not only family, but one of my mates to them. Who were murdered in cold blood because you gave them a tip-off. Now, it's one thing if you set up playful rumors about me believing I'm never going to know. And she's just going to say this so it sinks right in that she has ears where he doesn't believe it. But I don't tolerate anyone that hurts my family.
He kind of coughed softly because Adelheid hurt his throat.
Yeah. He left a scar on his cheek as well, like silver needs to be,
Yeah.
like silver is permanent. And he's, Adelaide just like nods as Veronica says, "You work for me and her now." And I'm gonna say we will know. If you betray us, we will know. If you run, we will know. We have eyes on you, dude. You better make it up to us, or everybody is gonna know the tip you gave. Everyone. Starting with Yuri.
That makes him shake.
Consider this a professional courtesy.
And you do know Yuri has no issue killing family members that are traitors. She gives him a cold, unblinking stare. Because out of game, that is true.
It's true. He would kill him. Like, he would, like, say the canon Yuri would kill him without, like, anybody realizing.
Well, out of
The guy
game,
would just disappear.
it also has to do with his backstory.
It's Alastair Cameron they're after. That's who they want.
Hmm?
For years, Alastair Cameron has been trying to sway Spirals back from what he considers oblivion and trying to return the worm to balance. He says that during the Great Migration West, Eater of Souls was bound by the Croatan, thus precipitating the fall of another tribe, unbalancing the nation further. And he believed that there were signs that the Croatan were returning, thus showing that the Eater of Souls was returning. Which could mean that for once, the worm could be returned to a state of balance. But Spirals think he's mad. There are actually a lot of people who think that if anyone finally has it right, it's him. They know that with where you've led things, he'll not at Adelheid. And where things are going, and the fact that the Sept has accepted them, that there's a chance that the Spirals could actually be destroyed. Golden Claw's a spiral. She's not a silver thing.
Who?
Golden Claw. She's a spiral. She dances
Well,
the spiral.
guess what?
That makes things more interesting.
It does.
She's attacking the Sept not because she's a traditionalist, but to get to Cameron, destroy his what you're trying to build, what you're trying to do, save the Spirals. You actually have a chance to save the tribe, and she knows it.
Oh, see? This guy just admitted, like, his suicide, though. Like, Adelheid looks at Veronica, and in the pack link, he says, this guy just worked with corruption.
Yep.
He just admitted that. Are we gonna let this be and gain his mercy, gain his, like, name back, or something else?
I think for one, I think Mia would like to see this. As much as I would, we would need to be careful if we do any punishments, because if Golden Claw finds out, it means she knows there's a spy.
It also knows that she knows that we know that she's a Black Spiral.
But at the same time, and she points her lightning claw at him. I don't like the idea that you got people killed and believe you could take a coward's way and go hide. Especially when you accuse other people of being traitors. While still having Icy Chill of Despair on.
Let this guy be judged by a Philodox.
I agree.
Victor Donovan, I don't know your fucking deed name. What's your deed name?
I don't have one.
I could give you one.
Victor Donovan, Hamid Ragabash, Shuttle Lord of the Cleats. I am Adelheid Trimbenson, known as Porteous Peace, Gedefenis Saroon, Nadrin, and Hamid. I'm taking you to the Alpha of the Sept. Are you coming willingly, or you want to take the coward's approach?
Oh, he'll step forward.
There's a respect to him, a bit, for him standing up. And Adelheid will bring him to, like, with Veronica, if she wants to do anything more, he will stop, but, like, he wants to bring him to Emil.
So, how much damage could I get away doing to him without killing him? If I put both claws to his head?
We can just say you do it.
And, look, before you, hit him, right before you hit
She's
him,
not gonna
Adelheid,
hit him.
Adelheid just, look at Veronica and say, let's just not torture him, please.
I just want to do one thing and that's it. Just one hurt.
You're better than that, Veronica. He looks her in the eye, Adelheid and Veronica has this very weird relationship, in my opinion. And I say relationship is like a friendship or
yeah.
And he looks at her he kind of looks at her and says
she'll actually back down because she respects you.
Yeah, he's you're better than that, really. I believe in you.
She'll deactivate her lightning claws and shift back to Hamid. But she still keeps the icy chill of despair and looks at Victor.
So when you get to Emil, he's actually attending his duties at the Shrine of Fenris.
Adelheid is shit, Jarlhammer is here. The Dennis is with Freya's Grace Raya, lawful of our septs. He brought Hamid Ragabash, Shuttle Lord Cleef, Victor Donovan, without a deed name. He admitted that he has done what happened. He also admitted, and he says this very not loud, very low tone, that the Golden Claw is a black spiral dancer who wants to hurt Cameron. This states that he didn't oppose, and he tipped off the others to kill 4 of our SEP members. We thought that this is bigger than us and brought him to you.
So you're telling me because of this worm, 4 members of my sept are dead?
Adelheid looks at the Galliard because that's the Galliard's job to say and to tell her that should happen. Adelheid is just looks at Veronica.
He has definitely done that. I witnessed the entire thing. And what's worse is he told he was tipping them off knowing Cameron is on the verge of redeeming some of the members of the Spiral and was helping these people to stop him.
So he took action that caused my Karen to be violated.
Adelheid takes a deep breath because
he
knows that's the one thing every tribe agrees. If you do that, you're either dead or you're Rite of Satire.
Yeah.
Or you're taking either you're dead, depending on the the fuckery that you did. It's it can be Stone of Scorn, but it's something that not a lot of people likes.
Honestly, if we weren't in war, she'd want a Gaia's tears done on him.
Yeah.
That's what she would want done. But because we're at war, we actually need him alive. As well as what Anton told her.
Yeah, he picks the Jarl hammer up off the altar.
With all due respect, honored elder and Alpha Oardir Sept, we still may need him alive.
If he kill him, Golden Claw knows we figured her out.
His eyes are trained on him.
So he's being a double agent.
You have the many skins in this sept.
Adelaide steps back.
Yep. Before you so Emil's executing him.
You best assume.
She gives a look before you execute him that she wants to do certain things to him.
Yeah, he'll say, and you can gain his secrets from his spirit.
So she's gonna take her claws and electrocute him till he's to the point of incapacitation.
I'll let her.
And she'll just back him off.
Adelaide didn't enjoy this, but he doesn't say anything, And he just comes near Victor right before he incapacitated, and he says, "May Gaia take you to its embrace, the warm embrace, as you will find redemption in death." And he steps back.
And Emil, who is Alpha Sept, one of the very rare few people who can, in fact, go judge, jury, and executioner on someone, he'll basically crouch down, and he'll ask him a couple of things, very quietly between him. He does have Truth of Gaia.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll call out, he's going to do it correctly, and he'll get Kieran out here, of all people. Because he's not going to fucking execute somebody without a Philodox. But he will basically get Kieran out there and verify that he did do this. He has been doing this and all of this stuff. And Kieran will nod and say yes. And Kieran will find him in guilt of violating the Kieran. And Emil will say, I am going to sentence you to a very simple sentence. I'm going to return upon you what you have done to my sept. And he takes his Jarl hammer and he swings it and he aims and lands right on his chest, striking his heart.
Yes.
That shit is silver and ag damage.
Yeah.
And it lands with a thunderous roar.
Oh, I love that one out of game.
Yes. And he just gives a mighty cry as this Shadow Lord just shatters under it, just breaks his ribs, splintering his chest, collapsing. And as his hand is on the hilt of the Jarl hammer, he'll crouch down. And as he's dying, he just watches him. You see, this sept is stronger than you. You didn't survive this blow. We will. And you are going to be forgotten. We won't. And we're sure as hell not going to forget what you've done. And he'll pull his Jarlhammer. And Victor will die. As one naturally does when they've been hit in the heart with a Jarlhammer. And Kieran will look away.
Veronica, what are you doing tonight?
I might be with my family. What were you thinking?
I don't know. I need a beer.
I can attest to that. So did you want to go to a bar, or you just want to see if you can go to my place? We have plenty of places, things to drink.
Let's go to your place.
All right. She texts Sully and Cassia.
Just watch an execution. Love you, babe.
Like, yep.
Do
Need a drink.
Do you guys want to end it there, or?
Sure.
Let's end it there.
Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. Bye.